We just keep winning and winning and winning and winning and winning. It's great. Hi there folks, and welcome back to Global Domination. This is episode 29. I am Nick from Sonic FM, and today we have two matches coming up in the Malaysian Super League. We are away against Kuala Lumpur and then at home to UKM. Now, since yesterday's episode, if we have a look, we left off with the second leg of the quarter-final of the FA Cup against Kuala Lumpur. Played 4 matches since then, and we've won all 4. I beat Terengganu 3-2. I did say at the end of yesterday's episode I was waiting for the other foot to drop in terms of us having been unbeaten since I took over, and I thought that was going to be it. We went 2-0 up very early on, and Terengganu managed to pull it back to 2 each. They were the team with all the momentum on their side. And then Aidil Mohammed popped up with a 93rd minute goal to win it for us. We then went on, played Kedah, beat them 2-0. And Kedah, remember, are the team that we've got coming up in the semi-final of the FA Cup. So good to get a win over them. And then 3-0 against Sarawak United, 4-1 against Perak. And now that brings us up to date for the games against Kuala Lumpur and UKM. We have been fantastic. Take a look at the league table. We are currently 6 points clear of Sembilan at the top. So we've got a bit of breathing room and we're halfway through the season. So same again in the second half and all will be well. Looking at the player stats, I don't know why we have assists twice there. One of those should be goals. There we go. Everything's like, it must have just been a glitch. We have the top goal scorer in the league in Akono. He's got 10 goals. We have 2 of the 3 best players in the league, average rating wise, with Helmi Awen and Akono. And we have Partiban, has got the most assists in the league. Helmi Awen has most player of the matches. Abdulaziz has most clean sheets. We are a very good team. I'm loving it, as McDonald's say. This is not sponsored by McDonald's, just to make that clear. But this is the team that we're putting out against Kuala Lumpur in the first game of today's episode. So it'll be a bit familiar to you all now. We have Abdulaziz in goal. You have Asnan, Shivan Pele's coming in at the back, alongside Sahari and Shamsuddin on the right hand side. The reason Shivan Pele's coming in at the back is because we're starting Chiku. So he's alongside Fakhruddin in midfield, with Ismail, Helmi Awen and Partiban playing as attacking midfield behind Akono. Chiku's coming in because he was throwing a little bit of a wobbly that he wasn't getting game time. He was initially signed as an important player because it was the only thing he would agree to. But I've managed to drop him down to regular starter, but he still wasn't happy with his game time. And as I've said before, the reason for that is just the amount of foreign players I can have in the squad. If I could have 5 foreign players in the squad, this would be my starting midfield, and Hamza would be starting at the back as well. But unfortunately, I can only have 4, so somebody has to miss out. And it's usually Chiku because Hamza has been excellent at the back. But we've got Shivan Pele coming in alongside Sahari for today. The only reason I'm swapping those 2 about is because my corners are set up for aim for my right central defender, and Shivan Pele is the taller of the 2. So we'll get into the game. And hopefully we have a similar result today to the last time that we played Kuala Lumpur, which was in yesterday's episode actually. So a bit of a double header against them. And straight from the kickoff, it is Kuala Lumpur who have an attack. I hate kickoff highlights. But Shamsuddin has won it back, and it's cut out by the defence, and Mansour has it. Plays it back to Mohammed. Mohammed finds Amin on the right hand side. Plays it back to Arif, back to Mohammed. Mohammed with the ball over the top to Mendeki. Surely he's offside, and he is. Okay. What was saying, I hate kickoff highlights. The reason being, when they're for me, they don't usually lead to a goal. And when they're for the other team, they do usually lead to a goal. But we're coming forward now. Fakhreddin has it. He plays Shamsuddin through on the right hand side. Gets the ball into the box. Akono picks it up, plays in Helmi Allen. And Helmi Allen's there for his 11th goal of the season. And that is 1-0 to Selangor, 4 minutes into the game. Nice bit of play. Fakhreddin holds it up just long enough for Shamsuddin to get into space on the right. He plays it in, wobbles about a little bit, but Akono ends up with it and has the composure to find Helmi Allen on the edge of the 6-yard box, and he really can't miss from there. So, good start for us. But Kuala Lumpur with the free kick. Ball's played in, and Mohammed gets up there with the header. He scores his 3rd goal of the season and levels things up for Kuala Lumpur. Looks like we've got a good travelling support coming with us. The away section of the stadium is full, whereas the home section seems a bit empty. So there might actually be more of our fans here than there are Kuala Lumpur fans. Kuala Lumpur, we were talking yesterday about how they'd been a bit disappointed at the start of the season. They have managed to pull themselves up into 4th. So they've been on a bit of a tear. That's a good ball over the top for Mendeki, and Mendeki is through completely unmarked. Just beats the offside trap, all ends up, and he tucks it home to make it 2-1 to Kuala Lumpur now. Yeah, look at this, look how empty this stand is compared to our away fans. And why is the upper tier fuller than the bottom tier? I don't understand that. Surely if the seats are available, you would sit down the bottom. Anyway, all that rambling is taking us into half time. We're 2-1 down. Stats wise, been pretty even. You know, we've had more possession and they've scored more. So I expect to see much better in the second half. A couple of apprehensive players, and I'll be keeping an eye on performances over the first 10-15 minutes of the game. Asnan now with a throw-in. Finds Partibin, drops it back to Helmi Allen, and Helmi Allen scores. How many times have we seen that? We've definitely seen it in the last episode. Again, I think it may have been against Kuala Lumpur. But that is from the throw-in. Partibin picks it up, turns, drops it back to Helmi Allen, who's just coming in off the edge of the box, and he slots it home for his 2nd of the game and levels things up for us. So again, keeping an eye on performances. Ishmael is not playing particularly well, and he is apprehensive. So, get him off, and we'll bring Yusuf on for him. And Chiku is also apprehensive and not playing very well, so we'll bring Rossley on for him. He's really going to have to start having some better performances if he wants to continue to be selected. And Allen with the free kick, and what a free kick that is. From a good 30-35 yards out, Helmi Allen with the free kick. See it again from the wide angle. Keeper gets a hand to it, but can't keep it out into the top corner. And that's a hat-trick for Helmi Allen, and that gives us back the lead. Now, I'm glad Helmi Allen has scored his hat-trick because he is absolutely shattered. So we're going to bring Mohammed on for him. And again, for now, that'll do. I'm very wary of injuries and things at this part of the season, so I like to try and keep an extra substitution just in case, especially when a game's as tight as this. If Asnan plays the ball forward now looking for a Kono, but it's cleared away by the defence. Fakhreddin finds Partaban and Partaban rifles that one home. There's absolutely no stopping that one. And the game just got a little bit less tight, which is what we like to see. Asnan forward, Arif manages to clear it, but only as far as Shivan Pili. He finds Rossley, finds Fakhreddin. He's got Partaban ahead of him. Partaban hits it first time into the bottom corner. I'm going to be honest, Partaban only really seems to score when he's on TV with you lot. He doesn't really score much off camera. At the end of the game, 4-2, good win, good comeback. Very proud of you all. And that increases our lead at the top to 9 points. Semblian lost to Malacca. Malacca, when we played them, were down in 11th. They've managed to claw themselves back up to 7th now. And that is a very, very good win for us. Very good weekend. And the Indonesia manager spotted at the stadium, watching Fakhreddin for his next Indonesia squad. So as we saw there, those results mean a very good game day for us. We're now 9 points clear with 10 games left to play. Look at the home screen. We can still finish technically bottom. We're only 30 points clear with 30 to play for. But I'll now go away and do our post-match press conference. I'll be back in just a second with the lineup for the game against UKM. And here we are back now for the game against UKM. No changes to the squad. We've got Abdulaziz in goal. One change, sorry. Marjoni Sabo's coming in at left back. We have Asnan a bit of a rest and to keep him happy because he was moaning about his game time. Sahari alongside Shivan Pili at the back and Shamston at the right. Chiku and Fakhreddin are in midfield. Shmel, Helmi Awan and Partaban the attacking midfield. Akono in front of them as the striker. I really don't know what it is about this time of year in a season. You know, when you get roughly halfway through a season, players start complaining about their game time. We're 9 points clear at the top of the league. Just be happy. But nonetheless, get the game underway. UKM, not really seen much of them apart from the game at the start of the season, which we won. They're sitting bottom of the table at the moment. And we have an attack now with Chiku, playing it inside to Fakhreddin. Plays a long ball diagonally out to Partaban, who's fouled by Raymond. And that will be a penalty. And it is Akono to take it. So straight down the middle. He gets his 15th of the season and opens the scoring for us today. A good start. 12 minutes in. It done the thing there where it doesn't let you change, it doesn't give you the option to change the kicker. And I've found, maybe that's changed in the update, but I found there before that if you weren't allowed to change the penalty taker, chances are they were going to miss. Just like Partaban did there. Good effort from him, but couldn't keep the shot down. From the goal kick now, Sahari picks it up. And he plays it all the way back to Abdul Aziz. Aziz with it now. Back out to Sahari. Sahari trying to find Akono with the long ball, but it's headed clear as far as Fakhreddin. Fakhreddin with the big diagonal ball to Ismail on the left hand side, and he comes into the box and he's fouled. And this time it is giving me the option to change the taker, but I'm going to let Akono take it again because he is a penalty taker. Steps up and places it exact same spot, straight down the middle. Sent the keeper one way with the first penalty, the opposite way with the second. He gets his 16th goal of the season. And surprisingly enough, I think that's only the third penalty he's scored. First penalty I remember him taking for us in the cup last season, he missed. We've got a free kick on the edge of the box, dangerous area here for Ismail. Gets the ball up and over the wall, but he can't get it on target, it's wide of the post. Gets another try here though. This time he does get it on target. And that's his 6th goal of the season. A bit further out with that free kick. Maybe that was all he needed. As we see there. Over the wall and in at the near post. Keeper will be disappointed with that one. But that's 3-0 with 25 minutes gone. We are very much in command of this game. As the clock starts to tick down towards half time, we have another throw in here. Marjuni Sabo plays it into Ishmael. Ishmael gets inside his man, gets a shot away for his 7th of the season, or 4th of the game. That was a goal I didn't see coming. Thought he was blocked out a bit too much. He's thrown from Sabo. Ishmael's able to get 3 men in front of him. And the keeper is just straight through the keeper's hands. Keeper's not going to be happy with that one. And if I were the UKM manager, I would be looking at the keeper and asking, what are you playing at? Because it sure as heck ain't football. Right, so a few players are starting to look quite complacent. So don't let your performance levels drop. Try and focus up a little bit. I think 1 or 2 players are starting to think that this football lark is a bit too easy. We just need to make sure we keep our concentration for the run-in the second half of the season. Strangely enough, just looking at the UKM team's player ratings as they get a yellow card, Paxton with the free kick, and Ishmael offside. I thought he'd got his hat trick there. He's been called offside by the assistant. I guess it correct, he is just offside there. Yeah, as I was saying, having a look at the UKM player ratings, the goalkeeper doesn't have the worst rating, surprisingly. As we come forward again with Partaban, he plays a big diagonal switch to Ishmael. Ishmael into the box, finds a Kono, comes back out to Hermiawan and bounces about quite a bit before it's cleared for a throw in from the defender. Yeah, it's their left back on a 5.8 that is their worst player at the moment. Really thought it would have been the keeper. He's not even the 2nd worst player on the park. But anyway, I'll pause the game because I want to make some substitutions. So, Chiku, yeah, and you're playing okay, but not fantastically when you compare it to the rest of the squad. And you're on a yellow card, so you can come off, and Rossley can come on for you. Helmi Alwyn, we're going to take you off and give you a bit of a rest and bring Mohammed on, and that'll do it for now. 15 minutes left to play. Still 4-0 up. As we go again with Aziz with the kick out. Gives it to Shivan Pele, plays it forward looking for a Kono, but it's headed clear. And Mahmood has it now, plays it back to Raymond. Gets it back from him. Finds Yasin ahead of him, he drops it back to Yuswardi. Sahedi with the ball over the top. Yasin with a lovely attempt at a lob there. Didn't quite get his power correct. It was going to be over the bar, but it was offside anyway. As we run down to the last couple of minutes of the game. Sabo with the throw in again, but this time headed clear by the defender. And it's Shahrudin picks up in midfield. Gives it back to Sidon, but it's headed forward again by, I believe that was Sahari that headed it forward. And then a foul from Khalidi, and he gets himself sent off. Didn't really matter too much in the dying minutes of the game, as we saw the rest of the game out, and it's 4-0. Another good win for us. And that again, that moves us now 12 points clear. Although Semblin do still have to play again. Ishmael, one of his better performances I've seen. Absolutely fantastic. Indonesia manager still here watching Fakhruddin. And that takes us to the end of the episode. Now, quick look at the league then. As we saw, 12 points clear, although Semblin do have that game in hand. Even if they win, that's still going to keep us 9 points clear. 13 games played for us, so there are 9 games left to play. And again, we now have 2 of the top 3 goal scorers. Akono's first on his own, and Helmi Allen is tied in second with Mendeki of Kuala Lumpur. Same 2 players have the top 2 average ratings, although their positions are reversed. Artaban still at the top on assists, although Akono has now joined them and it's tied for second. 2 of the top 3 players of the matches. Aziz now is only tied for first on clean sheets, and nobody there in the yellow cards. So we are looking exceedingly strong. Now, in terms of tomorrow's episode, although I initially said that we were going to be coming back today for the UKM and Pahang games, mainly because we've seen a fair bit of Kuala Lumpur. We saw them in the opening game of the season. We saw them in the quarter-final there as well. And you didn't see them in the Malaysian Cup, but we'd already seen them twice this season. But I wanted to come back here just to give a bit of a decent gap before we come back tomorrow, where we're going to come back for the game against Semblin and the second leg of the semi-final against Kedah. That'll be tomorrow's episode. I need to check actually if the final is a 2-legged affair. Semi-final, second leg match, so final. Well, the final's a one-off game. Just checking for scheduling purposes. I don't actually know when the final will be played. I imagine it would be near the end of the season, but we'll worry about that when it happens. We need to get to the final first, and we'll find out tomorrow if that happens when we play, as I said, Semblin in the league and Kedah in the second leg of the semi-final. And that is the end of episode 29. Now, don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any videos going forward. I upload daily, 8 PM UK time. And as always, thank you very much for watching.